So the other day I did a video talking about the Jamaican passport and how bad the Jamaican passport is, and about the weaponization of the visa system to keep certain countries from entering other countries. In that video, I mention about the Jamaica passport, and that the Jamaican passport, using the Jamaican passport, you can enter 55 countries without a visa. Take your Jamaican passport, purchase your ticket, and you can fly to 55 countries without the purchasing of a visa. However, those 55 countries, in order to get to those countries, you would have to gain access through like what is called like a gateway city, like in New York, like Toronto, like London, and therefore you'll need a transit visa. And also you have 35 countries that you can enter with a Jamaican passport that you'll need an e-visa. And that is pretty much, it's still a visa, but however, you go online and the process is a bit easier than getting the regular visa. And the third one is visa on arrival. Visa on arrival is a system that's been around for a while, and Jamaicans with a Jamaican passport, you can enter 26 countries visa on arrival. However, the visa on arrival process is you purchase your ticket, you have your Jamaican passport, and you arrive at that country going through immigration and customs, and they can determine whether or not you are eligible to enter the country. So in essence, they can determine if you leave the airport or not. There have been many cases where Jamaicans have been turned back from the airport, not allowed to set foot in that country, and put on the next plane and back to Jamaica. So those are that's the system. And talking about the weaponization of the visa system and the feedback that I've got in the comment section, I just wanted to further the conversation, to have a real honest conversation, because I've got many of different feedbacks from the comment, whether people are saying, yes, I agree that why is it that they're predominantly black countries like Jamaica, the largest black population, Haiti, and most of the 55 African countries need visa to go many places. Why is that a thing? When Europe, 44 countries in Europe, pretty much can jump on a plane with their passport and go anywhere in the world, practically anywhere in the world, without needing a visa. And there are cases where you're in Africa and you're trying to get from one African country to another country, but you need a visa to get there, while someone can leave from France, Portugal, Spain, and go to any of these African countries without any visa restriction. So with all of that, I decided to go and dig deeper and get some information as to why is it that predominantly black countries, as I said, most of the African countries, Haiti, Jamaica, and some countries in like Latin America need visas to go almost anywhere in the world. And when you look at information, why was visa implemented? Why is visa so important? And I got some information and it said a visa was implemented as a system to manage and control the entry of foreign nationals into a country, primarily to regulate immigration, maintain security, and to prevent illegal entry, and require additional and obtain official authorization before travel to a foreign nation. I go online and I look through the visa policies and why visas were really implemented. It pointed out in clear terms that security was one of the main purpose of a visa, and that's understandable. Controlling immigration, know who is in your country and where they are and how to track them. So that is also understandable. One of the thing that is not understandable to me is that why is it that as I said, 44 European countries, most of them do not need visas, especially to go in so-called third world countries. None of these countries need a visa to go anywhere in the Caribbean, to go anywhere in Africa. So if we, like from so-called third world countries, need a visa to get into Europe, to get into North America because of security reasons, because to be able to control immigration. Why is it not the other way? So that is just one of the thing that stood out to me. And there, I did some deep research because when having the conversation, people are saying that, okay, like Jamaicans, like you guys are responsible for this thing with your passport, that you can't go to other countries because you go to other countries and you overstay, or you go to other countries and you commit crime in their countries and you do all this type of stuff in their countries. But that is just easy to say. But one of the things that I realize, one of the things that people always say is that men lie, women lie, but numbers never lie. So I'm going to dig up some numbers and I'm going to share these numbers with you. So first I'm going to address for those people who their first reaction was like, yes, I understand why Jamaicans would need visa to go everywhere, and saying that, look, you guys are the ones to be blamed because you go everywhere and you run off and you are in these countries illegally and you do all type of crime and so forth. So let me crunch some numbers and let you know. So these numbers are coming from an official American website, government website. And the countries that have the highest numbers of people that overstay, this is one of the things that a lot of people said in the comment section, that Jamaicans overstay their visas more than anyone else. And so overstay, people that overstay when they enter America on a visa. So let's break down the numbers now. So highest level of non-immigrants that overstay in America. And this is the B1, the B2, the TW, the WB. I know about the B2 and the B1. I'm not familiar with most of them. But the countries that overstay their visa more, this is in the top 11 that overstay. So number 1, Canada. Oh, Canada. So Canada, number 1, overstay their visa. Number 2, Mexico. Number 3, Brazil. Number 4, Venezuela. Number 5, Nigeria. Number 6, Colombia. Number 7, China. Number 8, Dominican Republic. Number 9, the UK. Number 10, India. Number 11, Spain. Number 12, France. And number 13, Jamaica. So we see here that there are actually like three European countries that overstay more than Jamaicans overstay their visas. And for the Jamaicans that have visiting visa that visit the United States of America, less than 1% of Jamaicans overstay their visa. So just to put that out there, for those who think that the reason why this visa policy is warranted for Jamaicans because we overstay more than anyone else. Yes, we do overstay. I have to admit that because we're on the list. Number 13 is, we're on the list. But compared to, Canadians, Canadians over number 1. And this information was taken from, was 2018. Because these type of information, they don't update them every year. So this is the latest information that I got of people that overstay their visas. So the next one. So now we're going to take a look at the highest numbers of deportation from the United States of America because people overstay or because people are involved in crime. And so let's get into it. So number 1, Mexico. Number 2, Guatemala. Number 3, Honduras. Number 4, El Salvador. Number 5, Dominican Republic. Number 6, Brazil. Number 7, El Salvador. Number 8, Colombia. Number 9, Nicaragua. And number 10, India. So Jamaica is not even in the number 10 of people who are deported. And for anyone living in Jamaica, you see it on the news all the time when people are deported from America back into Jamaica, and it's not, compared to the population of Jamaica, it's not a lot of Jamaicans that get deported from America. That is one of the things that is always easy for people to say, like, yes, you Jamaicans deserve it because you go to the people in country and you misbehave. And that is not the truth. Trust me. Like, I don't think Jamaicans misbehave more than anyone else. Yes, Jamaicans might have the highest rate in the Caribbean of people who go to Canada, go to the United States, go to the United Kingdom, and to get involved in crime. And the reality is that the reason why that is a thing is because Jamaica is the largest English-speaking Caribbean. Jamaica is the largest island in the West Indies. So if you would not be able to compare Jamaicans, like, for example, I live in Toronto, Canada, and when you compare, Jamaicans in Toronto are more than all the other Caribbean, all the other West Indian islands combined. So the Jamaican population alone in Canada, in particular in Toronto, when you combine Barbados, Trinidad, St. Vincent, not St. Martin, Guyana, Grenada, like all of the West Indies, Jamaica is still more. So the probability for a Jamaican to be involved in anything would be way more because we have more people. But it is just not the truth that Jamaicans, like I work with quite a few Jamaicans. And one of the things I always find fascinating is that we have this stereotype of being criminals, but the hardest working people at the same time. And that just don't make any sense. You can't have two stereotypes one time and both of them are correct. Like every time I go to work and people would be like making fun and they'll say, yo, like I don't know a Jamaican with one job. Like where you guys find time to work so much? Like every Jamaican I know have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs. That's how people come at me all the time and I say like, why Jamaicans have so many jobs? Why are you guys coming here and taking all our jobs? So that cannot be one stereotype and then the next stereotype that we are criminals. And as I said, yes, like I would have to live under a rock to say that Jamaicans are not involved in crime, but I don't think it's any higher than the regular immigrants from other countries. And that's just it. But if you think that Jamaicans deserve to be locked out of other countries, and if you think that Jamaicans are making it bad for each other, I think you're either living under a rock or you don't know the reality of what's going on. Because, as I said, I live in Toronto, Canada. I watch the news and, I see the crime that's going on and you see the information of people who are being arrested for stuff, and where if they're from Jamaica, if they're from other Caribbean islands, if they're from, and you see the amount of people that get deported on a yearly basis. So I just wanted to clear that up. So the other thing that people, as I said, I'm working from the comment section, a lot of people responded. Some of the other people that responded that said that, yes, you guys are making it bad for yourself as Jamaicans, pointed out the crime rate in Jamaica. And I guess you can't go around that. When we see the crime rate coming out of Jamaica, and Jamaica have the highest crime rate in the world, we can't be naive and just sit aside and say that would not contribute to why countries would want to restrict us and from just entering their country like that. Why they wouldn't want to make sure to monitor to see who is coming in. Because the same way you have the travel restrictions, the travel advisories, when we see the high crime rate in Jamaica and we see the travel advisory from Canada, from America, from the United Kingdom, telling their citizens not to go to Jamaica or to be careful when they go to Jamaica because of the high crime rate. I'm sure on the flip side, they're going to want to make sure that high crime rate is not spilling over in their country. So we can't go around that. As I said, like I'm a reasonable person. And that's a valid point for those who made that point, that the crime rate have a lot to do with it. And that if Jamaicans want to see our passport stronger and to see the world open up more to us, we need to like make sure our politicians are fighting in our best interest and that the crime problem is solved in Jamaica. And as I say, I can't go around that. The crime, I believe that the crime could affect why other countries would want to keep us out of their country. And as I said, like the same way they have the travel advisory telling their people not to come because of the crime, that's the reason why. And when you find Jamaicans leaving Jamaica and saying that, you know what, I'm doing good there, like I'm making good money, but the crime is getting to me. Like I've personally had conversation with a lot of Jamaicans in the past 10 years, I would say. I've seen so many Jamaicans leaving Jamaica, coming to Canada, and when I sit down and talk to them, they are leaving excellent jobs, they're leaving great paying jobs in Jamaica, coming to Canada to start from scratch, coming to Canada to do things that they would not do in Jamaica because they're living a good life in Jamaica. But when you ask them, why would you give up that type of life? Why would you give up that type of money in Jamaica to come to Canada to start from the bottom? And 90% of the time, crime, they don't want their kids to grow up within the crime and stuff like that. So that's a valid concern, and I can't, beat anyone that said like, oh, you guys need to fix your crime, because we really need to fix the crime situation in Jamaica. So guys, sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this video. Are you one of them that believe that Jamaicans, the reason why Jamaicans are restricted from going to so many countries is because of the crime rate in Jamaica, is because Jamaicans go to other countries and get involved in illegal activities? Do you think that is the case why our passport seem to be getting weaker and weaker every year? Like people are putting visa restriction on us. Do you think that's the reason? Sound off in the comment section and let me know what you think about this. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. And remember, peace. I'm out.